Hi everyone, welcome back to the stream. So today we are going to be playing some Pokemon Emerald again, just like before. So just want to have a quick recap of last time. So last time we faced Brawly, we unfortunately lost our starter to probably the worst luck ever, and also had some really bad luck with some encounters. The only really good one we got was Oddish, but we did actually make it to Watson. So really hoping today we can push past Watson and go even further. So might as well get started. So let's get going. So just before we carry on, just going to quickly go into here and just see what team we've got. So we've got Wolf, the Mighty Enna. He's going to be leading off, mainly because of the Intimidate. Doesn't really matter against the Voltorb, but always really useful. The Loudred here, Dumbo, actually turns out is really good at the moment, just because it's got Howl with stab, normal moves, really useful. Lilypad Lombre, absolute staple. Golbat, the Bat, always really good as well, but kind of really useless for this gym. Will be good as a little pivot point though, being as he's weak to electric type moves, he'll bait in those, so it'd be a nice easy switch into people like Lombre, but people like Gloom, which is Root the Gloom, and Mushroom the Breloom, who evolved just at the end of last stream, so really good. Hi Lewis, good to see you. So yeah, the plan today in this Watson fight is to hopefully not lose anyone, because there's some really good, like the mid game of Emerald is kind of a little bit easier because you can kind of match up a little bit better. You know, like Flannery's got loads of fire types, so we've got some really good water types in Azumarill, Gyarados, and then your dad Norman, normal types, and we've got a really good fighting type in Breloom here. So we can get some real momentum if we can get through this without any deaths. So what I want to do is just get some berries on. So we want to get a couple of cherry berries on because the Magneton in particular absolutely loves spamming things like Thunder Wave, stuff like that. So we're going to put some cherry berries on people. There we go. So other than that, we don't really need to do much else. So just to sort of give you a bit of a recap in terms of what Watson has, he has a level 20 Voltorb, a level 20 Electrike, a level 22 Magneton, which is actually really difficult, and a level 24 Manectric, which like is pretty, like that's his ace. He's very good. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get through without this. If not, I suppose it's still pretty good as long as we can get through without too much problems. So the Voltorb here, it's got soundproof, which is the only reason we haven't led off with like with Loudred, because Uproar is just not going to do anything since it's a sound-based move. So all we're going to do is literally just spam Bite until he decides to try and self-destruct. Hopefully we should be able to tank one as long as we're not below half health. I know that's kind of famous last words, but as you can see there, it kind of does decent attack. So there we go, there's a self-destruct. So as long as this doesn't crit, we should be okay. Yeah, there we go, perfect. So it should be now the Electrike. Yeah. So with this one, what we're going to do is we're actually going to switch out because not worth it. We want to keep the Mighty Enna healthy. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Howl, because he's going to use Howl. We did take quite a bit of damage there, which is really unfortunate, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world. And then we're just going to use Pound here, because he's going to use Howl again. And then just because we want to get into, he's going to send in Magneton more than likely next. So we're going to switch over here to Breloom. The reason being is because it's like a bit like a free switch in. And plus Shockwave's going to pretty much do nothing to me. And we use Mach Punch, so we always hit first. And if the static from Electrike does proc, oh, thanks for the follow. Then we have the Cherry Berry here to stop that. And we'll think I'm actually learning. So, Magneton, part Steel type, which is the main reason that we wanted the Breloom to be evolved from Shroomish, because it learns Mach Punch, which is super effective. And this Magneton, other than using Thunder Wave, can literally do nothing to us. So we're just going to take it out. The only thing really that we wanted to do, which we haven't managed to do, is get him to use his Super Potions before the Manectric, but it's not the end of the world. So Breloom has one more job to do here, and it's literally just to put down the Leech Seed. He can keep using Howl because the only physical move he has is a Quick Attack, which is very weak. Of course it evaded the attack. There we go. And now all we'll do is, he will out-damage me, but we'll just keep chipping away. But we have Gloom in the back to be able to do some more damage like that. So we're just going to keep using Mega Drain so that we can get health back. And then also so that it will just keep doing extra damage to him every turn. This isn't exactly like amazing gaming, it's just basically it's a safe route, which the first two badges we didn't particularly go the straight route, the safe route, so we want to make sure that we're being a bit more safe today. Oh, and the Effect Spore is incredible there, by the way. Like, Breloom has an ability called Effect Spore, so it can either paralyze, poison, or sleep when Pokemon make contact with it. That's his Citrus Berry there. So hopefully by the time it wakes up we should be back to full health again. There we go. So after this one, unless it like does an insane amount of damage, he will use Super Potion next turn. So we'll just use a Mach Punch and hope we don't get paralysed off of the back of it. Crit's amazing there. And look, he's left with a tiny bit and he's going to heal again with another Super Potion, so we'll just do the same thing again. Hope we don't get paralysed. He will wake up this next turn. Oh no, he won't. Wow. This Manectric is a tired boy. And that's it. That is Watson Deathless. And without many problems, actually. And that is that. I'd actually say that went pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that. We don't actually have to update the deaths. The only thing we have to do update is that we get a new lovely level cap of 29, which is really good. There we go. So Shockwave's a really good move. Sorry, we're just sorting the level caps and everything out, making sure that all the sound's all good. So that's all good there. So what we're going to do now is, because we actually have like a pretty decent stretch coming up, and we have to use Rock Smash to get up the top, we're just going to rearrange our team a little bit. There's our dead box, Beautifly and Combustion. So we're not going to use mine and not really worth it, but we are going to bring out Tentacle here. We're actually going to put Gloom in the box. We didn't use him, but still good. And just for now, we are going to put Loudred in the box as well. I know you're probably sitting there thinking, why are we not using Gyarados? Just not really worth it at the moment. And then we're just going to level these guys up to about 26. So we're just going to speed up the game while we do this. Really want to find a water stone as well at some point so we can evolve this Lombre. I believe we're not going to be able to find one for a pretty long while though. First water type move for Tentacle here. Spag Bowl the Tentacle. Very useful. And then there we go. So, right, next up then is we need to head north. So we've already beaten the Wind Strait, so we're fine with that, but we do need to teach Pokemon Rock Smash, which is really like quite annoying because it's a HM and you can't get rid of it, and it's a pretty poor move in this generation. So, but needs must. We'll just teach it to Wolf here. And get rid of Sand Attack. And we get a new encounter. In fact, we actually get 2 new encounters. So we get the Route 111 encounter, which is just above. And we get the Route 112 encounter as well. So we get this encounter here, and then also the one just the other side of the, just a bit further north. We really want to pray that we do not get... Actually, Geodude's not bad, but we kind of don't really want Geodude because there's a Numel available further up. There we go, perfect. So there's a few battles that we can have up here, but we're going to skip that double battle there. Walk straight past this woman. Kind of over leveled at this point, so should be able to one shot. There you go. Had to have a think about that for a second though. So really interesting up here. This is a really good place to go, but we can't go in there yet because we don't have the goggles. But there is the Rustboro encounter that we should have got like last week is in there. So Route 112. This is going to be our encounter, hopefully. That's what we wanted. Numel's really good. Bit slow, but it's a good fire type. I would say we really don't want to weaken this guy down too much, but We'll go here. Alright, there we go. And then we'll just start throwing balls now. Luckily we've got enough. There you go. And I'd say Nummel looks like a camel. So for people that haven't been here before, if it's your first time watching, the nickname theme is what does the Pokemon look like? And I'd probably say this looks a little bit like a camel. So we're going to go with camel. Unless anyone else has any suggestions. I'd say camel's pretty safe, yeah. Right, there we go. We'll leave him in the box for now. We don't really need him. We're going to have to fight this guy, and he's going to have rock types, so we'll just swap over here and bring him out. So, for anyone that's joined a little bit late, we beat Watson deathless, which is really, really good. We did some really like safe gaming with that one, and just made sure that anyone that got relatively low, we just switched them out. But Breloom absolutely carried in the sense that he put the Manectric to sleep with Effect Spore, and then just basically kept him asleep for the rest of the fight. So yeah, really, really good. And then we just got a Nummel as our encounter on Route 111. Actually, no, we didn't get an encounter on Route 111 in the end. We'll go back for it. There you go, that's all three of the Geodudes down. They're kind of at this point, Geodudes are a little bit pointless. I don't know why my guy's rocking around with a level 16 Geodudes. Right. We'll go back down to Route 111 because I really want to get that encounter. Of course we get into a fight. There we go. Shroomish. Tackle's 95 accurate in every game, so of course I missed there when it was just when the guy's got no health left. Should we just switch out here? Make it a little bit quicker. Breloom's just putting everyone to sleep tonight. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. There we go. Is that one done? I think this is the only place I can actually get an encounter here, so we're just going to have to break it with Rock Smash. So if we don't get an encounter, it's okay, because we can just go get out of the way. In here, and then back out again. And then we'll just keep beating up the rocks until we get an encounter, I suppose. Jeez. Clearly they are all scared. I don't want any of it. It's in what I do to Pokemon. Kill them off. Minecraft Let's Play. There we go, finally. Yeah, I should have got a diamond pickaxe there. That might have got me what I wanted. I was actually watching some Minecraft before I came onto stream. It was actually like some guy just built this insane like island farm. It was unbelievable. Went in. First ball. Love that. So, I'm not 100% sure what this looks like, really. Like, yeah, the thing. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm going to go with that, Lewis. That's pretty good. I like that. There we go. That one's in there. And now our next encounter is the Fiery Path encounter, which is fine. Like, it doesn't really matter who we get, but there's a chance of a coughing which could self-destruct, which obviously we wouldn't want. We want to catch it. There's also a chance of the Slugma, who is just utterly awful, and then there's a chance of a Torkoal as well, which is, that's who we really want. Like, we'll take the coughing as a separate, but we want the Torkoal. So here we go. There it is. Also quite difficult to catch though. It's got quite a low catch rate. So we'll just tackle him until... Okay, that'll do. Yep, burned. Love that. Okay, we're going to try and catch this now. Just going to throw balls until we get it. But it's a great encounter. Yeah, not going to go in. Got to keep an eye on the HP now because we'll just keep being chipped away at. So we need to remember it does 12 damage for the burn every turn, plus whatever damage he does. So this is why Torkoal's so good, because it learns the move Curse, and it's already really slow anyway, but if it can raise its attack and defense, it basically becomes really bulky and really heavy hitting. And then all you need is something like a rock type move or something like that. Although it's not stab, it will still do loads of damage. There it is. This kind of looks like a turtle or a tortoise maybe, I'd say. Spicy tomato. I definitely don't have enough characters for spicy tomato. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 characters. Extra hot. I mean, it doesn't look extra hot. Well, it does, I guess. Like, look extra hot. Perry Flame. I could just call it Nando's. Definitely doesn't look like a Nando's, but we could just call it Nando's. Get that Nando's sponsorship. Yeah, definitely. That's going to be a thing now. Every single stream that I do, every game that I play, I have to make sure one of them gets named Nando's. God, I'm terrible at typing with that. There we go. Nando's is in the box. So the only other thing I'm going to quickly do is just... I don't think I have anything to do that. So do we have a raw berry? No. Okay, so thankfully we get healed not too far away from here, so I'm just going to swap into him here and then just we'll run our way up. We don't have strength yet, comes a little bit later. No, unfortunately you can't get Moltres in this game, but next game is likely going to be Pokemon Fire Red, which you definitely can get him in. Although normally one of my rules is I don't catch legendaries, so but maybe for that I'll make an exception just so we can name one Nando's. Right, there we go. We were looking for, so the berry we were looking for earlier to clear the burn was a Raw's berry, and of course the first time you find them is outside of this building. Okay, so we could have probably avoided them both there. So as always, we really do not want to let Golbat get close to anything like death, because it evolves through friendship, so we need to make sure that we make it very happy, keep it as happy as possible. Hopefully it evolves before level 30. Where are we right now? This is still Route 112, so we've already got our encounter here, which was the Nummel, so that's fine. Going down, it is just this again, which, to be fair... Whoa. There we go, look at that. Got up there first time. I don't know why I'll come up here. I thought there was an item up here, but apparently not. Just a trainer that wants to beat me up. Can't do much to me though, can he? Not if it's... Do you mean these squares here? You need a certain move to be able to make a secret base. So this basically just skips out a certain point in the game, but we actually don't want to do that because that certain move... I was avoiding that, man. Plus, in all honesty, like Lewis, the secret bases are nothing to do with, like, they don't help you progress in the game. They're just like decoration. They're not really that useful. They do look cool. So maybe if we get a bit of time, we can go and design a secret base. But I think you guys would probably prefer me just like actually getting through the game and fighting people. I think we already know what Nero's favourite game is, but what's all of your guys' favourite Pokemon game? Also, why did that guy have a super potion? That's proper random. Go. Remember the level cap is level 29, so if anyone gets really close, then we'll just have to box them and wait because our next gym is quite a while away. But there is a very good TM here, this person here. I just need to get off the bike because I can't deal with being on a bike. So this is secret power. So it's like 70 base power and it's a normal type, so putting it on like Pokemon like Loudred, really, really good. Especially with how kind of you start to stack up, you can start sweeping people with it. But the secondary use is that you can, as you can see, you could teach it to a Pokemon and use it on like here, and then it would make a secret base. We're just going to run in here. Last one was Diamond. Diamond's actually awful. Like, the storyline itself is great, but the Pokemon amount of Pokemon available is actually awful. Like, Platinum is much better. It's like the refined version of that game. But Yellow is like nostalgia. Like, love it. Also really difficult to begin with. Especially like, I have seen quite a lot of people like they do like Pikachu only runs and stuff like that. Like, that's ridiculous. Yeah, Josh, Gold. I know a lot of people like absolutely love Gold. I'm actually going to give a bit of a controversial take here. Gen 2 is awful. It's the worst gen. It was like, it just felt unfinished. There wasn't enough Pokemon added. The ones that were added were not very good. Yeah, when they remade it as Heart Gold and Soul Silver, that was a lot better. Cancel him. I don't know if you guys can do it, but I did add the ability for you guys to put gifts in the chat. I don't know if you are actually able to do it though. Don't get me wrong, like, not the worst game, just the worst generation. The game itself is really, really good. It built on like the first generation really well. But just in terms of like the fact they only added 100 Pokemon, only about 90 of them were available. Like, it just felt a little bit unfinished. And also when you like, they might have to make it across 2 regions, but then like the second region was just like empty. It just didn't feel like finished. It felt like they rushed it out a little bit. But yeah, I also really, really like Ultra Sun. I don't know if anyone's played that. That's on the 3DS. Absolutely love that one. Right, Roselia here. Could actually do me quite a bit of damage, to be fair, but we're just not going to worry about it. Yep, Spag Bowl's in the team, Josh. So that's the one you named. So we've got like a few people now, like that the chat's named. So you know, we've got Spag Bowl that Josh named. We've got Nando's that Nero named, and we've got the Thing that Lewis named. So yeah. Called Trainer Brooke, which by the way, for anyone that does ever watch speedrunning, that one, she is a like run killer, like for speedrunners, just because she's just a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, I know way too much. Probably like it's a little bit sad, really. Not gonna lie. Wait, was that an encounter? I can't tell if that was an encounter or not. What I'll do is I'll catch it, and if it wasn't an encounter, I'll just release it straight away. Yeah, yeah, Slugma's it's a good, it's an interesting name for sure. We definitely need to switch out here. going to tackle and then fall asleep. Heavy 6 damage on the crit. I can't believe I wasn't paying attention enough to know if that was an encounter or not. It's been a long week. I think this one is really obvious. It's just a slug, right? Fire slug. I'm really confused about like the emojis that are going in chat right now. Also, I don't understand the context behind mummy. Right, but fair play. Is that... That's not... Wait. Anyway, back to what I was doing, which was... Yes, this was that was the Route 113 encounter. So... Which is really annoying because there was a potential to get Skarmory there, which is like unbelievable. But we got probably the worst. No, actually, the worst is definitely Spinder. There's no doubt about it. But that was okay. It's not too awful. Where is the Route 111 one? Route 111, we got Geodude, didn't we? Okay, so we have a few other encounters to go. So as you can see here, we've got Falarball Town, which there isn't an encounter in there. But then we've got Route 114, which we probably hope for Swablu because we haven't had a flying type yet, apart from Golbat. Route 115, which leads down to Rustboro City because we couldn't get it earlier, but we can get it now. So yeah, hopefully we can get that soon. As you can see, there's like an ash cloud falling. It's because we're like under like an active volcano. So we are definitely... You can actually, once you can get an item called a soot bag, which you can use to like collect the ash, and you can like use it to trade in items, but it takes a lot of steps. It's not really worth it for me. But interestingly enough, oh, Jesus Christ, all those emojis in chat. If you look like and keep an eye on the Spinder, you'll notice that you will never see the same Spinder twice. The pattern on every single Spinder is different. There's like 1 million different types of Spinder. I think it is. It's 1,020,000, like 1,024,000 or something like that. It's ridiculous. Gotta go around and get this item. So look, like the last one didn't have like the dot on its forehead or the dot over its left ear, but it did have one over its right ear. Either way, all 1 million of them are absolute trash. See, look, you notice again, that one's completely different. Look, every day's a school day, right? I've got to get my useless knowledge out sometime. This is like 20 years of built up knowledge. Oh, of course. I've needed the whole way through there without getting a battle, but it's alright, we don't mind. Oh, hi Meg, good to see you. I don't think we have much to hit this Skarmory with, but we'll just like double target into it. proof of how bad Rock Smash is, by the way. Like, literally did nothing. Love that. Don't understand why the Marrow used rollout on the Mighty Anna there, but it's fine. Right, we're going to use Wing Attack here on the Lombre, that will take it out, and then we'll just go and bite the Skarmory. Hope for the best. Yeah, keep it clean in the chat, guys. Alright, we've literally got nothing to do except to try and keep biting this down and hope for the best, because I haven't got the fire type with me to be able to do loads of damage to it, and I don't have an electric type. Alright, there we go. Quick attack. That should hopefully be enough. There you go. That's that battle done, and we should be able to get into Falarbor Town, which there's a TM for Dig, I believe, somewhere, which is really useful. So we're just going to go heal. So our next gym is actually fire type, so we're actually going to do a little bit of like change of teams here a little bit. We don't need to risk the Breloom, but at the same time we want to keep it in because we've got some Team Magma Grunts to fight, and they'll have Poochienas, so we want to make sure that we leave some way of beating them. So we'll probably take the Numel out because he's useful. Put the Lombre in. We're going to take the Loudred out, I think, and we're going to put the Mighty Anna in. And I think, yeah, that's what we'll go with for now. So let's just level these guys up. Nando's is going to have to stay in the box for a little bit longer, but that's fine. If you could be any Pokemon, what would I be? I don't know, one that enjoyed its life. Ditto, yeah, good, yeah, you could basically be whichever one you wanted then. Magikarp, she/her, yeah. Arceus, by the way, is such a cop-out name, like cop-out like choice. You just basically want to be God. Like, my favourite Pokemon is Gengar, but I wouldn't want to be a Gengar. Like, that's a literal ghost. Wouldn't mind being a Snorlax. Just like get to eat and sleep all day. It's good fun. Oh, I'm already a Snorlax. Snorlax likes fruit though, so you know, I don't know if you do. So now we've like kind of changed our team around a little bit. We can, first of all, I believe we can get great balls now, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's have a quick look. Yeah, lovely. So we're just going to buy a bunch of those. We definitely don't have enough to buy 99 of them, but we can buy like 50. Should be fine. Great balls have like a better catch rate than Pokeballs, so when the like Pokemon start to get higher level, really useful. Any money glitches? I mean, it's a little bit cheaty, but where I like spawn in rare candies, I could in theory like just spawn in more and then sell them all to get basically unlimited money, but it feels a little bit cheaty. There we go, so we've got the Dig TM, so that's really going to be really useful for the next gym. So it just eats up turns, because they dig underground, that's one turn, then they come back up, that's another turn. So we're actually going to teach that to Camel here. Get rid of Growl. So I've always thought a really good idea, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like change my screen quickly for this. So I've always thought a really good idea for Snorlax is to get like the head here, and then if you've got like a kind of big belly, you could kind of have the tattoo around your stomach so it actually looks like a full Snorlax. Like, I've always thought that would be really cool. You definitely would not get any girls after that though. He says the person that's playing like Pokemon like on a weekend. But you know, you got to have some serious balls to do that. Is this item worth it? I don't even know what this item is, but do we think it's worth it going into a battle for it? No balls. Well, I've got to do it now, haven't I? It's a Pokeball, cool, isn't it? It'll probably be something really awful, like an X attack or something like that. We'll use Mega Drain there, and then we will use Secret Power there. Because we knew we would use Fake Out. PP booster. What, PP up? Or PP max? Definitely not going to be a PP max. I don't think that even exists in this game. PP up. There's definitely like a pill for that, I think. Well, we're about to find out what it is. Energy powder. Well, I mean, not really the same use, but pretty decent. I just tend to stick to Monster. Someone clip that. There's the like, you know, the meme where he's like, what did he say? That's like just brain rot, that's all it is. Right. encounter time, by the way. So on this route, by the way, this is a really good route for Pokemon. So I can either fish for basically a guaranteed Goldeen, which we definitely don't want, or wait for a good rod, come back and get a Barboach, which goes for a Wish Cash, but we won't get a good rod until after we beat the 5th gym, or get a chance of a Nuzleaf, a Seviper, or a Swablu. Personally, I feel like the risk of getting a Nuzleaf to otherwise get a Seviper, which is okay, or a Swablu, is definitely worth taking the chance of getting the Nuzleaf. So we're going for it. That's a dupe. It's a dupe. We are probably going to run into quite a lot of dupes here, by the way. Which is why I've sped it up. There you go. So Viper's not great, I'm not going to lie, but it's a half decent poison type. Absolutely going to be, if we get it, Snack. Yeah. Let's see. Jesus Christ, get him out of here. I was literally saying, oh, he's not even that good, and then he goes and does stuff like that. That's mental. Right, let's swap in this guy. Oh, come on. So close. Just gonna speed up catching this. Right, it will go in eventually. We could probably astonish again, to be fair. Get it into the red. There you go. That was a misplay. Jesus Christ, I can't get out now, so we're gonna have to use this just to give ourselves some health back. Poison's not good. Right, we've been freed from the wrap now, so we want to get out of there as quickly as possible. This is definitely causing us some problems. There we go, finally. Yes, this one is... He is an absolute snake. Big snake, yeah. Oh. Right. Does he make the team though? That's the question. I don't think he does. Eight-foot snake. Pretty average, really, if you ask me. And he was like 10 levels below as well. So like, yeah, he's pretty good. Look at him, just chilling. We'll put him in, and we'll put Spagbowl back in the box for now. Starting a GoFundMe. I haven't set up a donation page yet, so I'm just doing this for fun. I don't need donations. No, we don't really want to Screech. Glare's really good though. I'm gonna get rid of Lick. We definitely don't want the Sneck licking people. That's just a bit weird. Literally, chat being sus. We don't want to free. We don't want to free the snake. Right. So that's that encounter done. So that's what we actually wanted, by the way. Which sounds typical. Oh, actually, I can get this, I think. No, I can't. This neck is better. Maybe. We'll soon find out. We definitely have to change out here. This song is terrible. Play some Minecraft mix. Here's Wingo. Gonna be yep, there we go, there it is. I knew there was gonna be a Wingo out in the chat. Right. So coming up next is just a bit around like Team Magma. Like, you haven't really seen Team Magma up to this point, it's just been Team Aqua. Oh, there's double battle first, so we'll get that done and out of the way. Hopefully this music is not putting everyone to sleep. It's very relaxing though. Do I prefer double teams? No, I definitely don't prefer double battles, no. You guys need to chill out tonight. Been proper spicy. Right, that's the barrel down. And that's the nummel down. Level 27, so as you know our level cap is level 29, so we just need to be careful of that. One more. I think by this point you guys know, like, Geodudes is basically pointless, which is why I was a little bit disappointed that I had to get one. Rock beats paper. Yeah, I don't understand the reference behind that rock beats paper. The only thing I know is that you lost at rock paper scissors earlier, so you know. He doesn't do toast. Burnt Pop Tarts maybe, or burnt other things. Yeah, are we there yet? Stream coming up. Yeah, no, we can't stream that. There's too much stuff going on. The fact that you can pick people up and take them into the bushes is not ideal. Definitely can't stream that. Give 2 subs. I gotta get to the 25 followers first. Maybe one day I'll get there, and then you can give 2 subs. Alright. So they've just stolen the meteorite, so now I have to go all the way round in a nice big loop to then get back up to where I was before in order to progress the game. This, by the way, Meteor Falls is a new encounter, so there is merit in waiting, but we're not going. We're just going to take whatever turns up. Because Meteor Falls has some really good Pokemon. Like, the best one is like Bagon, but you can't get that until you've got 8 badges. So if we do, the only things we can really get in here are like Soul Rock, which is okay in itself. It's like a rock psychic type, but we didn't run into it. So what we'll do is when we get to the 8th gym and we beat the 8th gym, we'll go back to Meteor Falls, rappel our way to the back room, and then go get the Bagon. But now we also have the Route 115 encounter after we beat this guy. By the way, is called Black Belt Knob. Kind of sums up how sus you guys have been this evening. Black Belt Knob wants to give me a rematch at some point. I respect it. Can't even get an encounter here either, so far. Oh. What is with the, like... Oh, nice. We like this one. Definitely need to get a mod in here to start moderating you guys. Just to be fair with you guys, it'd just be straight up bans. Alright. Secret power. We'll get rid of this. Checked. Yeah, we'll have to check the logs. This is actually quite a difficult double battle if you're not massively over leveled like we are. Officer Tash, yeah. Officer Tash is the most power hungry of them all. He abuses his officer powers. Yeah, someone clip that and show him. Speaking of PP ups, so for people that don't know, PP up just basically increases the PP of a certain move, like permanently. It's okay. They're alright. They're good for like 5 PP moves, like Blizzard, if you can make it work. Alright, there we go. We'll just put that in there. We're actually going to take the items off of these guys. Bag that. Bag that. There we go. Did I heal? No, I didn't. You can't buy them, but you can sell them for 4,900 Poké-Dollars. So normally you can sell things for half the value in this game. So that means, in theory, it's worth 9,800 if you were to be able to buy them. Just gonna cut through here. I actually am gonna activate. I think I saw one. Yeah, there we go. I just don't want to see any Whismer, so I'm just gonna run through this way. And this is also how you get strength, by the way. So you use Rock Smash on these, and then this guy like pushes you out the way because he's so happy, and then you get strength. Stick it on the Yami. What's the conversion rate of Poké-Dollars to Great British Pounds? I don't know, the pound's pretty awful at the moment, right? So max ether, that restores your PP when it's run out. Realise I've been not talking as much, right? I've just been getting on with the game, but I should probably bore you all even more with some of my useless facts. But first, we need to make sure that we clear yet more Geodude. Do we want to teach Mushroom Counter? No. Icebreaker, tell us 5 fun facts about yourself. I couldn't think of anything worse. Although we could do two truths, one lie, right? That's even worse. Right. At least now, the only thing we have really left to do is to try and like go and beat Team Magma, which is a little bit iffy, but we'll be okay. Shelf collection. Right, just gonna run along here. I think we've already fought that one. Just gonna keep running along, trying to avoid these people because we didn't fight them before. So I want to keep avoiding them this time. And then, so a Nuzlocke is essentially like, it's a play style where you have self-imposed rules on Pokemon to make it harder. So in this case, it's that you can only catch the first encounter on each route. You must nickname all of your Pokemons so that you could like gain a bit of an attachment towards it. And then there's like a few other rules. So for example, if a Pokemon faints, it's considered dead, and you can't use it anymore. You can only catch like one certain type. So for example, like when I was saying earlier, it's a dupe. I've already caught a Lotad, so that means I can't catch another one, even if it was to have fainted. And then there's a couple of other rules that some people impose, like level caps. So there's like, you can only level up to like the gym leader's ace, the next gym leader's ace. So for example, the next gym is 4th, so, and her ace is level 29, which is a Torkoal. And then there's other ones where like you can't use items in battle. I kind of do and don't use that. It kind of just depends. Like, I am going to be using items in this, but that's just mainly because it's more for fun than actually like to challenge too much. But essentially, you can impose your own rules if you want to. You can kind of do whatever you like. You can just play it normally if you wanted to, which there will be some games where I will just play it normally. Like, there's like ROM hacks that are like incredibly difficult, which for me, I'm just not good enough to like Nuzlocke those. And I also really want to play Pokemon Colosseum at one point, and that's like almost impossible to Nuzlocke. So, and yes, Snek is getting his first run out, and as you can see, he's absolutely a beast. Look at this, one shot guaranteed. Look at her, she's a beast. And then we have to go up here. So keep an eye out. There's like a 1 in 16 chance of a hiker showing up on this cutscene. Like, so he will show up like just at the bottom where the trees are, but it's like a 1 in 16 chance. It doesn't look like it will happen. Unfortunately not. So look, they're fighting now. So we've got to do a couple of fights here. So the main one that we've got to do is like, there's like Tabitha, who's like an magma admin, and then there's also, we've got to fight Maxie as well, I believe, who is just a bit of a nightmare, but we've got a double battle, so we'll do that, and then we'll heal up after. Number 1, a Zubat, level 20. This is why, by the way, we haven't leveled all the way up to level 29. There's quite a lot of battles between the 3rd and 4th gym. Okay. Hopefully, yep, we'll take the Zubat out. This is why the Breloom stayed, because he's just ridiculous at this stage in the game. Doesn't take much damage for people. Like, he is super, like, 4 times weak to flying, but otherwise, he's pretty good. So he'll be completely useless against the 6th gym, but... This is Magma Admin Tabitha, I believe, this person. Actually quite a tough battle. Numel, Poochyena, and I believe she has a Zubat as well, but they get quite high in terms of levels. So we are just gonna Mega Drain here. This will just be neutral damage, but it will get me some health back. There you go. The real battle is actually Maxi in a minute. Like, just gonna switch over to Azumarill here. It's almost like I predicted the Ember coming, right? It'll go down now. So we just got a Poochyena and a Zubat left to go. Like, Azumarill should deal with both of those. Should be too much of a problem. Plus, she looks cool. Rollout's a really interesting move, so it's not incredibly accurate, but it like gains power every single turn that you use it. Hi Ollie, welcome. Good to see you. Mods here. Right, so we're going to heal up here because this is not an ideal fight. Also, you're not supposed to call that out, you know, I'm trying to be sneaky. Gonna give the soft sand to Nummel here. Although he's holding the raw berry, it's fine. And then we're just gonna lead with, because he should lead with a Mightyena who's gonna like cut my attack. But after that, we need to make sure that we're like got as much power on other people as possible, because this guy's actually quite difficult. He's going to teach me consequences. I'm just going to Mach Punch here. Two should do the job. Hopefully we don't miss this next one. No, that's good. There we go. Mightyena's down. So I believe next would be Golbat. Oh no, he's going to send out his camera up because it's super effective and he should be able to one-shot me. So because of that, I'm actually going to send in my boy, the mouse. Or my girl, the mouse. So, for people that didn't notice it, I'm actually wearing a Pokemon hoodie this evening. You know, got to be themed. Got to make sure, you know, I'm living it up. Get the badge in, yeah. So, it's actually like, it's Lugia. Absolutely love it. And it's like got the bigger version of that on the back. You can't really see it, but yeah. So we're just going to roll out this Zubat here. I had to do a bit of a double take on that, I'm not going to lie, when I saw that message. Chat telling me to get my tats out. Definitely misread that. How many Pokemons do you have on your shelf? Actually none. None on my shelves. Just all Lego. I think you need more shelves, yeah. I think I need a Pokemon specific shelf, don't I? Right. Whose side am I on? No one. Just a, you know, humble guy trying to live his life. Gonna remove the meteor right here, because then we get to We get to give that back to someone and we get a nice item off of them. So just going to change Pokemon here quick. So as you can see now, Mushroom is at the level cap of 29, so we cannot use him anymore. Otherwise we'll over level him. It doesn't really matter because he's definitely not coming to the gym battle anyway. Look at this sweet old lady selling us lava cookies. We'll get a couple. And this is a new encounter as well. So looking forward to this one. So in Jagged Pass, we can get Machop or Spoink. There's also Numel, but that's a dupe. But first, we're going to have to fight this guy. I honestly would hope that there is no kids in my chat, because I'm not exactly the most PG person in the world. So this Geodude just needs to die. We'll get rid of Supersonic. Confused Race was basically a more accurate Supersonic, so really useful. Baltoy, that's a good Pokemon, Baltoy. Not one we've seen before in the game, so there we go, first appearance. About to go pretty quick. Don't want to battle that. There we go. Encounter time. That's what we like to see. Machop it is. Let's hope this doesn't kill. No, we're okay. Appropriate music in the background here. We're not going to use any more. I think he's in crit range at this point, so just going to start throwing Great Balls at it. Just give me some ideas of what we're going to call it, that's all, because we can't just use man. He does have a bit of a Chad haircut, to be fair. So he looks a little bit like a wrestler, maybe. Call him wrestler. Roid Rage. Yeah. I think it's between Chad and Roid Rage. John Cena. Yes, absolutely. Good shout. John Cena. There we go. Now I just want to been having so much fun today with that. Are you sure about that meme? Right. There is actually an encounter here as well. So we're going to get that one real quick. And to get it, we have to deposit a Pokemon in the box. So we'll store Mushroom, because he's not coming to the next gym battle anyway. And plus he's so close to the level cap. So you talk to this room. Not this woman. It's this woman over here. The one that's looking at the man in the hot sands. This unfortunately is a guaranteed encounter. So yeah, we'll take it. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go down here. And I'm going to put on speed up. And I'm just going to run back and forth because it's an egg, so we have to hatch it. So hopefully we don't lose too much interest in the next couple of minutes while we do this. Just speeding up. What is that? Is that like a is that Blastoise? Oh, fair enough. Come on, keep going. Right, let's check how close he is. Still says it's going to take some time. Maybe we'll put on the old bike. We're actually going to also fast forward speed. Too quick. Check him again. Still saying it'll take some time. A little bit annoying, but Croagunk's a great Pokemon, by the way, Lewis. Don't know if you knew what you were putting in there, but how quickly everyone runs to the kitchen for a snack, yeah. I'd argue I'd done like an absolute ton of steps here, but oh, it's changed. It says it's going to hatch soon. Meg, you are the snack, absolutely. I'm really sorry. I didn't realise this is going to take so long. The worst part is I'm probably not even going to use it. Although it is actually a really useful Pokemon, so. I don't think I have any Riz left, to be honest with you. Too old for Riz these days. Right, how close are we looking here? It's making sounds, it's about to hatch. Yeah. What do we think it's going to be? There we go. What are we going to name it? It is a boy. So, what are we going to name it? What does it look like? Abort. If it looks like yours, then fair play, but we're actually going to go with that. For the record, it doesn't look like mine, but it looks like someone in the chats. So we're going to go put him away. Go away, called Trainer Brook. So the only thing left to do here now is to fight the gym leader. So we're going to just quickly craft a team to make sure that we're happy with what we're going to go in with. I can assure you that one of them is not going to be this Why Not. But I'm relatively happy with the rest of it. I probably won't bring in Mighty NR. We'll likely bring in probably the Loudred, I think. So this gym leader's fire type, so we're just gonna lead in with like, we've got ground and we've got water here, and like, and water here too. So we've got some coverage here, but we're just gonna lead in with Sneck just to like clear the trainers out. I also like this gym puzzle is like the most frustrating one ever because I can never remember which way I have to go. This is guaranteed to be a double battle. Look at the fact that there's two close together there. There's definitely a double battle here. So there you go. We're just going to do what we always do in a double battle and just focus down one side, just to try and basically turn it into a 2-on-1. This is not very effective, I don't know why I use that. Should take him out though. Oh, no. Look at that, but we did poison him. And then the crit. Jesus. Right, we use bite and then wing attack. That should finish him off. So we might actually get 2 gym battles in today, because as long as we can get out of this one relatively, like, well, we actually ended up having 3 because we had one earlier on as well. But the 5th gym is like directly after the 4th, so nice and simple. Can I remember which one to go down? No. That's a double battle. Fighting Cole and Gerald. Oh look, Kecleon. We like a Kecleon. Mainly because you can really abuse like how you like fight it. But we're just gonna first of all aim down this side to get rid of the Nummel. There you go. Abuse Pokemon. Pretty sure that's the whole point of this game, right? You just fight to the death with everyone. So we're going to use Poison Tail. And then we're going to use Leech Life. The reason being, right, is if we use Leech Life, I believe it should change itself to like it has like color change and makes it the bug type, and then bug is weak to poison, so then it's super effective against it. And now it's going to change to the poison type. It's going to use Flamethrower, that's absolutely fine. There you go, some more knowledge for you. I'm just going to use Wing Attack to finish it off. No justice for Kecleon. Sneck had her way with him. Oh, it's 50-50 now. I knew that one or the other one was gonna. I've got to go through one or the other, but it's fine. There we go. That's that Nummel out. Too many Nummels in this gym, I swear. Pretty sure the gym leader has 2 as well. Maybe just 1, I'm not sure. It's a 50-50 as well. And of course I got it wrong. Thanks Josh, good to have you in the chat. I'll speak to you later. See, the only reason that Poison Tail is not very good against Nummel is because it's part ground type. Whereas with like Slugma it's just pure fire type and absolutely awful. Although he did just poison me, so there's that. Right, to save me using like healing items, we're just gonna switch here and just go to Camel. Or maybe we'll go to Spag Bowl. We'll give Spag Bowl a run out. Alright, what do we think? This one? Yeah. And this one. And that one. And then that. Oh, thanks for the follow, Ollie. Appreciate it. Yeah, not many more to go. Be amazing if we could reach it by like the end of the month or something. So, just for a bit of a recap on where we are. So, today we beat Watson, Deathless, which is really, really useful. We've gone through like the whole Mount Chimney episode, and now we're just in the Lava Ridge gym, just trying to make our way through so we can fight Flannery. As you can see, level cap is level 29. We've got two deaths so far, which is a beautiful Worm the Beautifly, which we lost to Roxanne, and then we also lost our starter Chicken the Combustion to Brawley, on the fact that it was a roll of, and I did actually look up the calculation afterwards, by the way. It was 1 out of 16 to kill, and that was the fact that I also had like 7 IVs in defense. If he'd have had 1 more IV, he'd have survived it every time. So really, really frustrating, but it is what it is. We move. Makes the game more fun. Right, up here, and then up in this one, and then we're actually going to go down here. So the reason we went the other way last time is because we wanted to go out. I can't remember if this is the right way or not. Yes it is, there we go. Right. So we're going to save. So, I don't know why we just saved there, because we need to level up as well. So we just need to get our Pokemon here to the level cap. So, hopefully we don't wipe here. We should have enough here to like not wipe. Hopefully we actually get out Deathless. We should have more than enough to get out Deathless. But you never know. So we're just going to level everyone up to the level cap of 29. And then we're just going to try and do our best to not absolutely throw like we did in the first two gym battles. We love a bit of crunch. Get rid of bite for crunch. Alright, sorry, this does take a while, unfortunately, to like level them up, but takedown, we'll get rid of tackle. Takedown's like a better tackle, but you do like damage to yourself, but it's still much better than tackle. And then a Dumbo, finally. And then he wants to learn Stomp, which is also a very good move. So we're going to get rid of Astonish. I know it's 4 normal moves that we've basically got in here, but still, not too bad. So we're going to lead Tentacle into this, mainly because we want to try and save Nummel, and we want to save Nummel for Torkoal, and we want to save Azumarill for the Camerupt. So this is why we're basically waiting to send them out. We're going to use Tentacle to try and take out the Nummel and the Slugma, and then hopefully that should leave the rest of the guys in the back healthy enough that we don't lose too many. But we do have Loudred to sack if we absolutely need to. If we need a clean switch into one of the two, then we absolutely will do that. But the Nummel and the Slugma are basically like, they're just fillers. They're like absolutely pointless. They're so weak, and as you can see, they're just going down in one hit. We may even be able to sweep it with Tentacle, to be completely honest with you, but here we go. That's 3 down. Use Body Slam. This could do quite a bit of damage. Yeah, so we're going to have to switch now. So the reason that we're going to have to switch there is like we will be absolutely dead to another Body Slam. So I'm just going to go into Camel because it's maybe he might use Overheat, which if he does, Jesus, paralyzed. So yeah, that's not good. So we're just going to switch again. This guy does a lot of damage. We were on for the sweep with Tentacle, but unfortunately not. There we go. Ah, he did paralyze me, but that's fine. We'll just Bubble Beam again. Just hope for the best here. I think he's got slightly better special attack than Tentacle, so there you go. Crit definitely mattered there, by the way. A normal one would not have taken him out. So we got through that one really easy. Tentacle absolutely carrying. There you go, that's 4 badges. And that also gives us a new level cap, which is only level 31, but still better than nothing. And we haven't lost anyone this evening, which is amazing. And TM50 is Overheat, which is an alright move. Basically, it's got like 120 base power or something like that, or 150 base power, but it cuts your special attack after you use it. Like, thankfully the Torkoal didn't use it, but like her basic strat in that is to use Overheat with Torkoal to then essentially like, and then it's got a herb item called a White Herb or Whites or something like that. So like when it like uses it, a White Herb restores any lost status effects. So like basically it means they get 2 full power overheats off like in one go. Like, so just huge really. So One good thing in the newer games is that when you come out of that gym, May actually offers to take you back to Petalburg City, which is like amazing because otherwise you've got to run the whole way. So that's the thing that's going to take us the most amount of time here. But we're going to take Breloom out of the box. And take it out for Loudred. We're also going to take out Machop, or John Cena in this case. And we're going to put Tentacle back in. And then we're just going to level these guys up. John Cena's coming out of the box for the first time. Can't remember when he evolves, to be honest with you. But that's the reason why. So it gains power if injured by a foe. Like, Revenge is just a really good move. We are actually going to use Nummel for the thingy battle. We've now got an even bigger John Cena. There you go. So there is a really easy way that you can cheese Norman, and that's because he's got slacking. So slacking essentially, like, it has the ability Truant, so it means that every other turn it doesn't move, which is like, you can essentially cheese that for fun. You just need a fast Pokemon. Found a nugget. Thanks, Ollie. Good to see you. We've got to teach Rock Smash again because we have the Pokemon in the that I learned it last time is in the box in Mightyena, so we've got to teach it to someone else. Let's teach it to John Cena. John Cena loves a smash. Oh. How many attempts did it take us to get in here last time? John Cena versus The Rock, yeah, absolutely. And as always, John Cena never runs away, never backs down. Just running through. I'm actually going to go in here. Oh, I just thought of an idea. I'm not going to do it, but I just thought of an idea. It's definitely got something to do with a short that essentially we block out John Cena. We could have gone into the desert there to go and get the fossil, but he's essentially like it's not very useful for this next battle. So I just figure it's probably easier to wait until we hit the next level cap. Right, there we go. So the gym's here. So that we don't go straight in, we basically have to go through rooms. So we can either go into the speed room or the accuracy room. We're just going to the accuracy room. Basically, they're going to spend the first turn like using like a foresight or like a dire hit item. So like I'm not really too fussed by this one. Or they're going to use a 100% accurate move like Shockwave. Crit rock smash. Oh. I don't know what you're talking about. It's definitely royalty-free music. Yeah, it's a remixed version of the song that you just mentioned, because that way it makes it royalty free. That's how I get away with like uploading the streams to like YouTube and stuff. Oh, I'm about to lose that. Oh my god. What a silly way to lose one. I didn't realise that slack off had counter. It was all going so well. Oh. R.I.P. John Cena. Gone too soon. Absolutely gutted. This like stream was literally going perfectly right up until that point. That's what happens when you stop paying attention. So we're probably gonna take out, I don't know, who do we think's probably best to go out here? Level up Gyarados here. it a couple of moves. I'm pretty sure it can learn Shockwave, can't it? No, apparently not. Okay, let's just go with that for now. That was absolutely gutting to lose because Machoke was about to be like absolutely carrying. John Cena was going to carry in this next gym battle. Now we have to heavily rely on Breloom. Thankfully, the only one that has counter in the whole of Norman's like gym leader team is the slacking, and as I said, we're going to just properly abuse anyway that, so one hit KO room. What a slacker. I was 99% sure that that Vigoroth didn't have counter. I figured that one hit KO move was going to be like the high crit stuff. So, I was reasonably confident with that. Use a soda pop here to this level and I'd like to get him where he needs to be. And here we are at the gym leader's room. So level cap here is 31, so of course we're going to level everyone's up to level 31. Right, we're going to lead off here. So this one, now we've lost Machoke, we're going to have to like severely change our game plan. Originally I was going to lead off Machoke and I was going to like get him to take out the Spinder and the Vigoroth. The Linoon is like relatively simple, you just Mac Punch it because it's going to use Belly Drum. But now we're going to have to really like switch up our game. So we're going to lead with Gyarados here. So we're going to lead off with Gyarados, and we're just going to basically try and not use Numel until we get to slacking. Because Numel has Dig. So therefore, if we can get him in on a loafing turn, we should be okay. We can Dig on the loafing turn, and then he'll attack first, and yeah. Because he's actually, slacking's actually quite quick. So Teeter Dance, that, I believe that confuses, yeah. We've just got to try and break through confusion here. No, of course we didn't. To hit yourself in confusions. Are you for real? Thank God he's just using Teeter Dance over and over again, because he does have like Facade and Psybeam. Like, he could be doing damage to me right now, but he used the same move 3 times in a row. We got quite lucky there. So he's likely here to, yep, so he's going to send up Vigoroth. Vigoroth has Slash, which is high crit ratio. Facade, he's got Encore and he's got Feint Attack as well. So Gyarados will likely survive a non-crit everything, but he will not survive a crit Slash. So because of that, I'm actually going to send out Snek here. We don't want to lose Gyarados. He's too powerful late on in the game. So let's hope we survive here. Yep, lovely. Oh, and it missed. Oh, that is not ideal. It's fine. We will steer. Thankfully, we got a free switch in there. So we're just going to Bubble Beam here. He's going to use Slash, that's fine. That did, what, 21 damage? So that's not too bad. And we're doing a little bit more than that, so that's not too bad. So that speed fall is actually, like, amazing. That's really useful. Not really so useful in this sense, as you can see. So Linoon is likely when I want to go for Belly Drum here, unless it sees a kill with Headbutt or Slash. So we are just going to try and get it, like, to essentially use Belly Drum. So it used Headbutt, that's fine. But it did get paralyzed, so that's useful. So we'll Mach Punch here. Belly Drum essentially halves his HP, but like maxes out his attack. I'm hoping this is so there you go, like, because he didn't have half his HP left, it failed, which is why I did that. Like, because Mach Punch would have hit first and guaranteed that he could basically wasted a move. Now, this slacking thinks I will use Mach Punch here, so he's gonna probably go for counter. He's either gonna go for counter or he's gonna go for Yawn. Either way, if he uses Yawn, we just switch back again, because he loads for next turn. But we're going to switch in here. Hopefully he uses counter. He used Facade. That was like the lowest chance of using that move, and he just wipes me out. That's another death. So he will be, like, he'll be loafing this turn, so we're going to use this opportunity to set up a Leech Seed. This is where the Machoke would have came in really handy, because I'd have been able to essentially sack him off to get a Numel in on a loafing turn. So he's not going to be... We're likely going to have to sack here. So we're going to just have to sack Snek. He was the best play we could have taken. We had no choice. We're hoping here this does about half of what he has left. It didn't, which is really not good. Right. The Citrus Berry is also not good, but with the Leech Seed damage, it's not too bad. We will get out of this battle. We won't wipe, but with how many left is another matter. We've got to tank here. We have no choice. We have to tank. No. Three deaths. All to poor old Daddy. Daddy's absolutely wrecking me right now. That was an absolute massacre. But the most important thing is we got out of it alive. And really, the only thing like that was not a great loss there was the Breloom. Like, the Breloom would have been really useful later on. So the next level cap here is level 33, and we did lose 3 Pokemon in that, so now we're up to 6 deaths, which is frankly disgusting. But, as mentioned, we did get through it. So that's 3 badges done tonight. The first 2, completely deathless, no issues. The last one, because of the Machoke loss just before, we ended up really struggling with that. And now I'm being abducted, apparently. So we just got the HM for Surf, which means that we can now go right of Moorville. And we can also go to New Moorville and get like a Voltorb or an or a Magnemite, which is really useful. But what we're actually going to do here is we're actually going to call it for the evening. So I do appreciate everyone turning up and watching. Hopefully, like, you've all had fun. And yeah, hopefully there was a lot of entertainment in there for you, especially towards the end there, watching all those deaths. But yeah, I'm actually going to be taking a break for a few days now because I'm going off to see a friend towards the back end of the week when I would be streaming. So I will basically be back next Sunday now. But yeah, I appreciate it, and thanks very much everyone for your time.